What's the matter? What are you putting me in danger? What is this? So I picked him up, I threw him in the river.
So I'm sitting here with the iconic horror star, Mr. Michael Berryman.
Good evening.
Good evening. Mr. Berryman, did you know something about the German version from The Hills Have Eyes?
The first information I had was from the wonderful poster. This one is incredible. But I didn't know, were there any differences in the movie?
There are many differences in the movie.
Oh.
In Germany, you are an alien.
Oh,
So
fantastic.
you came with a spaceship through the Earth, can't go back, and now you're eating humans just to survive.
That's incredible, because I do remember talking to Peter Locke and Wes Craven that there was a version, The Hills Have Eyes, on Mars. So maybe that was the situation in that version?
Maybe the German guys who
Came
make
from Mars?
the dubbed know that information and make it.
That's amazing, that's amazing.
Tell us something about your new movie, The Storyteller.
Yes. First, I'd like to show you the one sheet. This movie was filmed about 10 years ago. It is written, directed, and produced by Andrew Getty. It was Andrew's only film. It stars Sean Patrick Flannery, Dina Myers, and Fred Kohler. And my character in this photo is the Cadaver. The Cadaver is an entity. He brings the nightmares through the portal of the mirror. And it is a beautiful, beautiful film. Andrew Getty had gone to film school, and he had a nightmare, and this is the results of what he had in his dream. And it is shot very intelligently. It's beautiful. I saw it about a month ago for the first time without the musical score, and it was still very intriguing. And then we screened it one time at the Capitol Theater, in an old marquee theater in Sacramento, California.
Okay.
With the music, and I heard it for the first time with a live audience. And I was astounded because the audience just did not move for 10, 15 minutes. It's a very beautiful, beautiful piece. And unfortunately, Andrew passed away about 6 months ago. And we will be having a website soon, hopefully by January. And 2016, we will be presenting it to the world. So here in Weekend of Horrors, for the first time, we have pretty much gotten the word out in outside of U.S. So
Okay.
we're very excited about it.
And can the people follow you on Facebook? Or
I am on
Twitter about
Facebook,
that?
and I will do postings as to if it will come out DVD first or theatrical. We might take it to film festivals. We are still in discussions as to the best way to promote it.
Okay.
But it's absolutely brilliant.
I hope to see that movie
I
as
hope,
soon as
I hope
possible.
everyone gets to see it. Yeah, it's a very beautiful movie.
We love B-movies, and we know that you are in two of our favorite B-movies, and that is The Barbarians, Ruggero Deodato,
Gerald Deodato, yes.
and Double Dragon.
Oh, Double Dragon, yeah.
Yeah. How was it for you when you saw a script for those movies for the first time? Do you thought by yourself, okay, that is definitely a B-movie I'm in? Or?
Well, I'm a working actor, so I've been doing this a long time. And, you know, when you start out, there's a lot of times in between where you're not working. So to be able to continue to pay your mortgage, take care of things, and have your art support you is fantastic. So long story short, we don't turn down work unless it's horrible. But Double Dragon was a lot of fun, a good action movie with the Costa brothers. My major scenes were fighting an entity that did not exist. I actually had the director telling me what was happening in my imagination in front of me, which was not there in reality. So I wind up actually fighting myself against an invisible protagonist. and at the time I'm going, make it believable, but I'm trying to not laugh at the same time. You know? So I'm beating myself up. It was a cute movie. It was a cute movie.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
One of my favorite movies.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
And now that I talked about Ruggero Deodato from The Barbarians, he made Cut and Run. And you were in Cut and Run, and I
Yes.
believe that Cut and Run is a better version of Cannibal Holocaust.
Yes.
And how was it for you when you noticed that you have a role in this movie, but noticed about the animal cruelty in Cannibal Holocaust? Was it a
Good
problem for
question.
you?
I did Cut and Run first, and then I did Barbarians later with Ruggero. I worked with them a third and fourth time subsequently. I was very excited about going to the Amazon, number one. And yes, I am very much a part of protecting wildlife, especially the apex predators. I lived at a wolf sanctuary off and on for 20 years.
Okay.
I've always been involved in animal rescue. I believe the rainforest is super valuable. It's the lungs of the earth, must be protected. So I had heard about Ruggero's issues with Cannibal Holocaust, and honestly, I did not have a lot of respect for those choices. I don't believe in that behavior, even if it's for a movie. For instance, in The Hills Have Eyes, there was a quick intercut of the dead dog with the entrails. That was a real dead dog. But it had drowned in the ocean, so someone went, found out, and drove it all the way out to the desert. And then they said, here, cut it open. I said, no, you do it. I made the producer and director do it. So when I went to South America to do Ruggero's, I was just hoping that that type of behavior would not be an obvious situation, and it was not actually.
Okay.
The more challenging aspect was the fact that we were in Guyana, we were in the jungle, and the spiders, for instance, were as big as your face. So sometimes we would be in the boats going upriver, and if you were not careful, there'd be a spider web in your face, and a spider as big as my hand with legs, so it'd cover your whole face. It's scary. There was a lot of animal situations, for instance, when I was doing the fight sequence in the river. I knew there were no piranha because the river was silty, muddy, so I felt safe. After 1 hour of doing a fight scene in the river, I say, hey, no piranha, I'm okay. And one of our guides said, well, the electric eels like this kind of river. So I go, what? What do you mean, electric eel? You mean I could be electrocuted? Yeah, it could be. So I was very nervous, and we were like too far away to go to a hospital if we got...
Of course, no emergency.
Yeah, so I went to sit down on a log to relax, and our guide said stop. He takes a machete and he killed a fritillance, a very deadly snake. I almost sat on next to the snake, got bit. So now I'm very, very nervous. And I'd been in the jungle for a couple of weeks, and I didn't know how to respond, and I was still thinking about the electric eel. So I went over to Ruggero, and I said, "What's the matter? What are you putting me in danger? What is this?" So I picked him up, I threw him in the river, and he gets out. He goes, "What do you do this for?" And I go, "Never mind. It's all better." We got back to the hotel, and we have dinner, and it's all okay. But it was beautiful. The jungle was beautiful. But as far as abuse, I do not tolerate.
You hear what he called me, boss? I ain't
My mistake, my mistake.
Stop yakking and grab the fucking chickens, Cleavon.
In any way. I have actually done scenes where a woman is in a compromised situation, unnecessary. If it's for the moment while we're rolling film, that's one thing, because it's consensual. But when you're setting up the camera, they do not need to be completely exposed. So I'm a man. I just go, excuse me, and cover her up. You know, you want to do on your own time is one thing, but if I am observing misbehavior, I have always been one, ever since I was a child, to say, stop that. That's wrong. That's just how I am.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, you got to be who you are.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And I appreciated that you are for the animals.
Oh,
I'm too.
absolutely.
So
They need someone to speak for them.
yeah, of course.
Appreciate it. Thank y'all. He's the chicken fucker. That's all right. Put it back there.
A saying at the Wolf Sanctuary, which was, "Extinction is forever." We will not be able to Jurassic Park all the animals when they are extinct. It will never work. It never has worked.
Okay.
So I've been involved in conservation my whole life.
You played The Hills Have Eyes with Wes Craven, and we all know it's sad that Wes passed away.
Yes.
And what is your famous memory you've got working with him? So, as an honor to Wes Craven, we would like to
Yes.
tell about some
Wes Craven and Peter Locke put my face on the cover, which really helped my career for a long time. It was a very nice gesture. I remember going out, we did like drive out of the studio zone, went out to the desert, just set up camera and started filming. And it was very challenging, and it plays into the intensity of the film. It's very real to life. Well, one night we were at a drive-in theater in Los Angeles, and Peter Locke and Wes Craven and I decided I should dress like Pluto, and while people were watching the movie, I was to go up and bang on car windows and scare people in their cars. And we thought that would be funny, except I banged on one car window, and this guy gets out with a baseball bat, and he says, "You scared my girlfriend." And he's chasing me with a baseball bat, and I'm running for my life, and I'm dressed like Pluto, so Pluto should be able to be safe in this situation. I was running for my life, and I see the headlights. I forget where the car is. We were in a van, and so I see them start the van, turn the lights on, and Wes is at the door. He opens the door, and he goes, "Jump in, jump in." I jump in, and we drive away, and this guy's still angry, and everybody in the drive-in are like just, scared. And we went to a diner, and we had, pie and coffee, and we're scratching our heads. We're going, I think we have a hit. I think we have a fantastic movie here. And of course, it became very famous. It did very well, and to this day, it's a classic. I wouldn't change a single frame, actually.
I believe that you are also with this movie, The Hills Have Eyes, and The Evil Dead. There's a poster of you hanging in the cellar.
That's very sharp for you to notice. Yes, in Evil Dead, they had the Hills Have Eyes poster, and then in in Evil Dead, and then in Hills Have Eyes, we had Jaws.
Jaws poster,
So
yeah.
that was these directors all paying homage to one another, which I think is pretty darn cool.
Of course.
Yeah, it's very, very cool.
Of course.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's Susan Lanier after we attack, and she's trying to be calm, and there's this terrifying poster behind her of Jaws, Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Cool. Mr. Berryman, thank you very much for
My
the
pleasure.
interview. I have so many to talk about with him. He was in X-Files, he was in Tales of the Crypt.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah, you're needing every single movie from my
I try to do the best I can. And Andrew Getty, I miss you, my brother, but I'm out getting the word out. He was a good guy. Same with Wes. So next year, 2016, The Storyteller by Andrew Getty, starring Sean Patrick Flannery, Dina Myers, me, and the guy in the back here is Fred Kohler, and I am The Storyteller. See you in the movies.